What's going on, 49er Faithful, 49er fan, 49er gang? This is Not a Gang podcast back in the building. I told y'all I was going to be hitting y'all with content. I'm going to flood these airwaves, man. I'm trying to, blow this channel up as best I can and do it in the best shape that I can. And what would be better? What would be completely better than to talk about the guys who made the top 100 so far? So, year before last, 49ers were all over this top 100. I think we had almost somewhere between 5 to 10 players in the top 100. And currently, right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5. So far in the top 100 at this moment, we have 5 49ers. And they're all at different positions, none for the same exact position. But we're going to go through them. We're going to talk about them. We'll see exactly what happens. And we'll go from there. So, with that being said, let's get right on into it, man. We got to take a look at the list and see where these guys are, where they rank, and what's really going on, and how we can make sure that these dudes don't keep dropping, because everybody that's on the list for the 49ers, unfortunately, has not moved up. They have moved down. And here's the thing about that. We love, our players to kind of move around on the list. We're just hoping that they go ahead and they move upward instead of downward. So the first one on the list is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, known as Christian McCaffrey. So Mr. McCaffrey comes in and he is slotted at number 73. So if you take a look at it, Christian McCaffrey, 2024 stats, 4 games, 50 attempts, 202 yards rushing, 4 yards per carry, no TDs, 15 receptions, 146 yards, no TDs, a fumble. And that tells you exactly what Christian McCaffrey's season was like. And that's basically what it was. You know what I mean? First person to appear on the list is CMC at number 73, whereas the year before, he was number 3 on the list, while we also understand that he was the offensive player of the year that year. We went to the Super Bowl that year, which is why, the ridiculously high ranking the year before. What 73 says to me is that people can still respect the player and the resume, but when you're hurt and can't produce, it's not right to rank you over other players that did produce. I got that, and that makes total sense to me. So for me, I understand why CMC is at 73. Do I anticipate him next year being 73? No. I anticipate Christian McCaffrey to make a large jump back into at least the top 20 from based on what he does this year. Hopefully with Christian McCaffrey, we don't get Kyle running him into the ground and things are good. We actually spell him with the addition of Brian Robinson, and we make things a little bit better, a little bit easier as it pertains to, how we utilize Christian McCaffrey. Now, I do want to at least play just a hint of some of the things that were said about Christian McCaffrey. I can't play too much. Then YouTube is going to be like, you're over here stealing videos, you can't do that, and all that other stuff. But at a bare minimum, we'll play a little bit of this as it pertains to Christian McCaffrey and what players were saying about him.
He gives me nightmares. I was transitioning to off-the-ball backer, and this is like my second year in the league, and we're playing Carolina, and he messed me up multiple times. Just the slipperiness, the elusiveness.
Handoff sweep McCaffrey, stiff arm.
McCaffrey used that stiff arm.
He's a tough tackle.
That's what he does.
Yeah, and you have to be aware of where he's at all the time.
I missed like 3 or 4 tackles on him.
Quick pass by Darnold, and it's a catch up across the 40, and it's Christian McCaffrey spinning his way down to the 40.
Now, what this video is telling you about CMC, of course, I had to pause it. I told you, when YouTube flagged me and ripped my video off. What this says purely and solely is the fact that Christian McCaffrey is that dude. He's that damn good. These are shots, from his time in Carolina. As you can see, quarterback was Sam Darnold. But that's telling you that Christian McCaffrey is that dude. This young man saying I had nightmares about the guy because I was breaking my ankles. seeing Christian McCaffrey run that route. Why? Because his father is Ed freaking McCaffrey, 2-time Super Bowl winner with the Denver Broncos. It tells you this man comes from a pedigree of football.
Christian McCaffrey coming out of the backfield, and he was matched up with Zach Vaughn, and Zach Vaughn is basically in one-on-one coverage.
Zach Vaughn, he just couldn't cover Christian.
After the game, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if this is for me. Maybe I just got to stick with special teams.
Taste a little Christian McCaffrey.
You got to count for him in so many ways, physical and pass pro.
Seahawks bring some pressure. It's picked up.
You can run routes like a receiver. People don't talk about it enough, but one of the better in-between tackles runners.
Toss McCaffrey, good acceleration into the secondary. McCaffrey still on his feet.
Knowing him personally.
Now, if you see exactly what I just saw right now, that was the best run he had of the season. Christian McCaffrey last year had Achilles tendonitis in both legs. Whatever he did in Germany, whatever surgery he had, thank you for fixing it. Let's hope that this year it's a lot better. But that just tells you, look at that. You have, technically speaking, right now, someone talking about him being the greatest. Actually, as of right now, he's considered the best running back in football in Saquon Barkley. Now, mind you, me personally, I feel bad for Saquon because he went ahead and accepted the Madden cover. So he's either about to get injured or have a really crappy year. And I feel bad for Eagles fans because that means y'all ain't going back to the Super Bowl. But it is what it is.
Know his mindset and the way he will things, his competitive nature, just takes it over the top.
Purdy now gets rid of it. McCaffrey's got a one-on-one. Makes one man miss. Now Tanner's got a first down.
A guy that can do it at really all levels, and when he's healthy, everybody in the league sees him as one of the best guys, if not the best.
So these are some very endearing things that you are hearing about Christian McCaffrey. Why? Because this is just who the dude is. He's built a reputation on being that guy. So we're going to go ahead and move on. I love CMC, but I can't play, like I said, I can't play the whole video, and I got to be very mindful of how much I do give. Just don't need YouTube on my back about this stuff. So it kind of is what it is. So the next player on the list that made it was Nick Bosa. He came in at number 57, and last year he was at number 27. The reason for the drop is the 49ers had a bad year. When you have a bad year, it's hard for you, hard for your peers to think that you're the best without the winning to show for it. Bosa is still a premier pass rusher that any team would love to have, and is great. So he earned the respect of his peers by them still putting him on the list, even with the down year for the team. And then if you take a look at it, Nick Bosa is at number 57. So we'll slide in right here. And we're going to show you. Oh, Nick Bosa, 14 games, 52 tackles, 15 tackles for a loss. That's almost, well, that technically is for every game he played. That's literally one tackle for loss per game. 9 sacks, 1 interception, 2 forced fumble, one fumble recovery. So mind you that this is the state that Nick Bosa is in as far as that is concerned. If you take a look at him and you see how this works, you get it. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Bosa is definitely still a formidable talent. Once you take a look at it, Nick Bosa recorded an average get-off time of 0.70 seconds last season, the quickest in his career and the second quickest among edge defenders with at least 200 pass rushes. The man gets off the ball in under a second. That's insane. Like you gotta respect this dude, man. Here's a couple. Here will be a couple of players giving some insight into Mr. Bosa himself, and I'll share the screen and show y'all a couple of those little highlights. Once again, I'll be pausing it here and there just so they don't screw me over, man. And look, the name ain't finished, but this is Lane Johnson, aka one of the best offensive linemen to ever grace an NFL field. Listen to the man; he's telling you the truth.
You know, when you go in the game, what you're in for. You see it week in, week out, and most stuff we're watching is all the bad stuff, the low lights of people. So it's a lot of our coaches. You see what he did this week. Take care of it.
Nick Bosa, the quad father. I know he might not have like all the stats that he wants and he can get. Him stepping onto a football field completely changes the demeanor of everyone around him, including the guys he's going against.
Yeah, watch Nick Bosa. He's the one who
Now, what I will say to people out there is he did say the quad father. You have to remember who is speaking. It's George freaking Kittle. You love George Kittle because George Kittle gives priceless commentary and priceless nicknames. The quad father. Look, man, they call Saquon Barkley Quadzilla. You know what I'm saying? They call him the quad father. These are just pure. This is pure comedy. Pure television. What's going on, Rick Diaz? What's going on, Jason? Oh yeah, oh man, I'm telling you, during this season, y'all gonna get annoyed with me. I'm gonna be putting out content after content, man. Excuse everybody for the burp. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a nice little something on the side. I ain't gonna promote them because they ain't give me no money. But when they do give me some money, I'm glad to promote them. But I love CJ West. I love him, man. I love CJ West. That's my favorite dude. Yes, and definitely so. But let's get back to a little bit of Nick Bosa.
plus just Jared Goff. If this play doesn't illustrate just what type of player Nick Bosa is in a game that he probably even shouldn't be playing in, as injured as he is, this guy has been playing through an oblique injury and then a hip injury as well.
In 2024, Nick Bosa was hardly at full strength. He registered only 9 sacks, but he made his presence felt.
I'm going to say this, and I want y'all to understand me. I feel like this is low-key a slap in the face. Here's why. It's based on the fact that they are showing highlights against a team that we have never beaten in the Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch era, ever. We've never beaten the Chiefs, whether it be Super Bowl, regular season, preseason. We've never beaten them with Kyle Shanahan as our head coach. And it's funny that they are showing this of all things. So it kind of is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do, but, you know, it's kind of funny.
He had 14 quarterback pressures in one game against Seattle, and he recorded his first interception since his rookie season.
That is Nick Bosa intercepting Kyler Murray. That's film study.
He played it the whole way.
It's like relentless, like a relentless mindset. When you're playing him, he's not going to stop until he hears the whistle.
Bosa just keeps the motor running all the way from the other side.
They call him the bear. Like he'll come.
Look at how long that play was. Of course, I'm going to stop sharing. Like I said, I don't want the video to get flagged. Look at how long that was. That was at least a good 6 to 7 seconds. And you saw the offensive lineman was just like, oh, all right, ball's probably out. I don't have to worry about anything. Bosa was like, no, the ball ain't out. I'm going to go get me a sack, damn it. This is what happens. The man's motor does not stop. You got to love Nick Bosa. You truthfully do. Now, the next player on the list, Trent Williams, a.k.a. the Silverback, a.k.a. Himothy, a.k.a. I made a business decision not to challenge that guy as a defensive player. Meaning I don't want to get posterized and then have everybody watching me fly across the damn screen as the Silverback, shoves me for 50 freaking yards. I ain't got time for that. We all know Trent is still, at his age, a top 5 offensive tackle in this league. Last year he missed a few games for personal reasons and injury, but he's at full health, ready to go for this year. So next year's top 100 may have him back in the top 10 where he belongs. So let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Trent Williams came in at number 45 on the list. So we'll jump in right here. Scroll on down to Mr. Williams and basically just letting you know what his stats are. And once again, a lingering ankle injury for Williams and in his streak of Pro Bowl selections. at 11 straight seasons, starting with his third season, and dropped it from a top 10 ranking on this list last year. But his streak of accolades was halted. Was halted even with the hampered ankle. Williams still remained one of the top tackles in the business, potentially protecting Brock the Glock Purdy. So basically, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But give me just a brief moment, guys. I'll be right back with you here. All right, y'all, I am back. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of the best left tackles in football. Now, mind you, they're starting off with Max Crosby. And Crosby's going to say something that makes total sense.
Trent's getting a little long in the tooth. He's still legit the way he was. Like, he's still top of his game.
Trent Williams?
Trent Williams.
Yes. Trent, he's a unicorn. He's an absolute freak.
He's got the big chains, sunglasses, always looks expensive. Overall, fantastic human being, and I just love being his teammate. It also helps that he's a walking first ballot Hall of Famer.
Trent Williams.
The best. He's I think that's what everybody strives to be. He's been my number one my whole time. 4 years in the league, I put him as number one.
Right off tackle behind big Trent Williams, the best left tackle in pro football.
Watch Trent Williams against Brandon Graham.
Huge hole for McCaffrey.
Growing up, that was my favorite player. Watching him play, try to model my game.
Now, mind you, this might have been an older video of Trent Williams. I think this was actually the year before. But either way, when you hear people talk about Trent Williams, they speak about that man with respect. Why? Because he's that damn good. He is a great player. He is a great left tackle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, you have to pay close attention. This dude he's just a freak of nature when it comes to playing the left tackle spot. You just don't see many dudes that can do what he does at the level that he's done it for that long. So you see all these players talking about it. You see other offensive tackles saying, I model my game after him. Or you hear defensive guys going, yeah, long in the tooth. Oh, okay, you keep doing that. Get out there and try to rush this dude with everything you have, with all of your pass rush moves, with your bull rushes, with your spin moves, with your swim moves, with all of the things. You don't want that problem. If you've never seen Trent Williams work out, a man that size should not be doing the things that he does. It is not possible. It is complete insanity. So it is what it is, man. Trent Williams is a monster. There is nothing different about that. You just have to deal with him. The next person up on the list, Stone Cold Kittle, baby. The best damn tight end in football. You heard? Kittle may have dropped from number 14 down to number 31, but that's just due to a bad year that the team had. Without winning, you move around on these lists easily, but we all know Kittle is great and will continue to be great for a long time. So George Kittle went from 31, and he went from 14 down to number 31. So we'll go ahead and pull him up on the list and share the screen here really quick. There we go. We'll bring it on down. And we'll talk about Mr. Kittle. George Kittle, 2024 stats, 15 games, 78 receptions, 1,106 yards, 14.2 yards per reception, and 8 receiving touchdowns. That is a damn good year for any tight end in the league, period. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Look at this. NFL Pro Insight. George Kittle gained 551 yards after the catch last season, second among tight ends behind Brock Bowers. Kittle generated 164 yards after the catch, over expected, the most by any tight end. Now, let me say this real quick. People will say that Brock Bowers is the best tight end in the league. He's a young kid. He's coming along. He ain't no damn George Kittle. I don't know what people are thinking of what y'all got going on, but he is not Mr. Kittle. Okay? Let me show y'all a little video, just a little shine on how people feel about the illustrious, the immaculate, the amazing George freaking Kittle.
I got moved into third most career reception yards in Niner history. That's kind of cool.
You recorded me fill out my sheet? That's crazy work. What's going on?
This is the comedic stuff you get with George. That's how good this dude is. This is the comedic things you get with George Kittle. This part, you gotta love him, man. You gotta love him. He's pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. If George Kittle decides he wants to be a WWE superstar after his career is over here in San Francisco, I guarantee they got a contract waiting for him.
Brock gonna load up. Brock throws over the middle. George Kittle with another reception.
Yeah, George's super good tight end, for sure one of the best in the league. He's really like a tight end, in a tight end body, but playing receiver.
It's caught by who else? Kittle.
He can make a lot of plays. I mean, he could be covered, but he can still go make a catch.
Oh, amongst so many bodies. I mean, they got 3 Patriots defenders surrounding them, and that's just...
Please tell me you guys saw that catch. Are you serious? The man is insane. This is why I say when George Kittle will tell you he's open every damn play. He'll tell you, throw the ball, I'm open. George Kittle would have 80. He could have the whole 11-man defense covering him, and he would tell you, put the ball in there, I'll go get it. That's how you gotta love a dude like that. He'll run through a wall for you. You know it, man. You just know it. Like, these are the moments I live for with George.
Going up to the highest point and just competing for the ball. It's one of the best players in the league in his position.
Pretty high. Oh, good catch, George Kittle.
Energetic and explosive. You get the ball in his hands, man. He can, run past guys, break tackles, and he's funny.
Will you slap me real quick?
On the sideline, he's asking me for, some Toyotas and talking about commercials and stuff like mid-game. I'm like, bro, lock in.
I mean, I saw your Applebee's commercial. You're an actor.
Yeah.
Can I get a discount code?
This is stuff I'm talking about. You're playing a whole football game, and this man is sitting there telling you, can I get a discount? This is what he does. This is why you love George. You love the energy. You love the positivity the man brings to the game. And you got to respect him, man, because he gets on the field and he brings it. Having George Kittle on your offensive line is like having a 6th offensive lineman on a consistent basis. If you don't believe me, please pay attention to the people that talk about Mr. Kittle. It is insane. So we have the last guy on the list, and it is the highest ranked 49er so far. This 49er only fell 5 spots. The man, the myth, the legend that is All-Pro Fred Warner. Last year on the list, he was number 11. Now he's number 16, but that's not a far drop, only 5 spots. This just shows you when you're talking about the best linebackers in football, you better mention All-Pro / Hall of Fame, Fred freaking Warner. This man right here has done things in the league the right way for all these years, and there's nothing you can do about it. Fred Warner is that darn good. And you can't ask nobody in the league about the top linebackers in the league, and they don't mention him. If they forget to say Fred Warner, then they must be smoking crack. Because Fred Warner is that damn good. And if you don't believe me, let me go ahead and give you some information here. Let's show you some of the stats. Fred Warner, 17 games, 131 tackles, 5 TFLs, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 1 TD, and 4 forced fumbles. And basically what that is telling you is that Fred Warner, even in a down year, did everything that he could to be the best Fred Warner he could be. So you have to think about it. When you're playing with a defense coordinator who is a rookie defense coordinator, has no idea what he's doing, and is handpicked by your head coach, which doesn't make sense, but we'll stay off that soapbox and we'll save that for another day. He still produced. He still was great. You know what I'm saying? Jason, done. That's it. Listen to the man. How many of those games were done on a broken ankle? That's how good Fred Warner is. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jason gonna get on the damn stream together. We need to do a show, Jason. We do. I love you, brother. We need to do a show, man. We really need to get it in together and figure out when we can do a show. Hell, if we need to do one later on today, we can. It's Labor Day. I ain't got to work today, so I'm off. So we good. But let's look at the players and how they talk about Fred and how they show that man love because of his greatness. This is fantastic.
The linebacker this season, I think you don't have no choice but to say Fred.
Good tackle, boy. I knew that punch was coming. I put that hand talking about. Good tackle, Fred. I had to tuck that ball away. I know that punch is coming. He's a baller, bro.
When you talk about somebody that you model your game after and try to, compete with and try to be better than, that's the person that you start with right there.
Keep the camera on me. Keep the camera on me today.
Do you hear what the man said? I had to put the ball away because I knew the punch was coming. He basically told you in so many words, hey, man, I know what this dude does. I ain't finna be stupid to leave it open for him to go ahead and destroy it. What's going on, Tommy? Now, let me tell you something. Though I may not like Patrick Mahomes because he beat my team twice in the Super Bowl and he's giving us fits, we can't seem to win against him. At the end of the day, the man is still a very astute quarterback. He's not dumb by any stretch of the imagination. If you think that Patrick Mahomes is being handed everything and he hasn't done the work or hasn't studied or done the things that he needs to do to be a great football player, you're out of your damn mind. Patrick Mahomes is that good, and he knows good players. He knows, okay, I'm going up against this dude. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to give you a simple moment in time, and this happened last year, and this was before he got injured. Case in point, there's a young man by the name of Malik Mustafa. We loved Malik Mustafa coming into last year because we saw the hits this guy was laying on people. You know what happened to Malik Mustafa? He had his welcome to the NFL moment, and it was granted by none other than the illustrious Patrick Mahomes. He laid him down. He thought he was going to stop Pat from getting into that end zone. Pat stood right up, leaned in, gave him that shoulder, and that was it. So it is what it is when you basically take a look at that. So, when you're talking about All-Pro Fred, that's the man right there.
That hit me last year, Freddie Wooger. Freddie Wooger. That boy hit me last year, cuz. I was like, yeah, bro, different. Brother, new Ray Lewis, no cap.
Fred is an animal. He's the centerpiece of that whole defense. His ability to go sideline to sideline.
Tucks upfield, and there's Fred Warner.
You see exactly what is happening. Fred is that darn good. When you got Justin Jefferson letting you know it's not a game, this is what happens. This is how things work. So we're blessed, fortunate, highly favored to have All-Pro Fred on the team. Those are the guys that have made the top 100 so far. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I will state this. Most likely we won't see anybody in the top 10 that's a 49er, only because we didn't win. We weren't, high level. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean there aren't some players who don't deserve to make the list. Honorable mention, I still think Juice is the best fullback in football. I just hope that Kyle Shanahan uses him as the Swiss Army knife that he is and utilizes every single talent that he has. But when it comes to, the quarterbacks, everything like that, we just have to kind of deal with what we got to deal with. But those are the players so far that have made the top 100. I think that's all the players we're going to have. I don't see us having anyone in the top 10. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, brother. I'll take Trey Lance as a compliment. I ain't mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that at all, brother. I will gladly take Trey Lance as a compliment. Believe you me. You know what I'm saying? He's a young dude, But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Probably be back with another video sometime this week. Hit y'all with a couple more shorts here and there, just talking about what's going on. I'll probably do another video later today. Jason, I'm going to get at you on Twitter because we can talk about injury updates. That's what we can do. We can do a show on the injury updates because I just saw some news that kind of clarifies what my mindset was and what my thought process was on Mr. Jauan Jennings. As of right now, this is all positivity. This is all love. We have 5 49ers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 49ers in the top 100. Still, that's fantastic as a team to be able to have that. CMC, Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, George Kittle, and Fred Warner all made the list. Fred Warner is our highest ranking member on at number 16. And definitely we appreciate everybody, you know what I'm saying, for voting, all the players, and everybody reminding, you know, each other, hey, even though these guys had a down year, there's still some ballers on that squad. Thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody stay up, stay faithful, stay blessed. And I'm out this joint. Peace.